All right, we are.
In Helen, Vale, and Hay. I've been to Georgia on a fast train, honey. I wasn't born no yesterday. I got a good Christian raising and an 8th grade education. Ain't no need you all treat me this way. Junior lifestyle. Well now, sweet Caroline, I don't believe I'll ever find another woman put together like you are. You got that wiggle in your walking, your big city talking, and your brand new shiny Plymouth ragtime car. And it's hurry up and wait in this world of give and take. Seems like haste, it makes waste every time. Now I declare to my soul when I hear those ages roll, you better know I'm gonna get my share of mine. I've been to Georgia on a fast train, honey. I wasn't born no yesterday. I got a good Christian raising and an 8th grade education. Ain't no need you all treat me this way. Do it again, Ernie. Fast train, honey. I wasn't born no yesterday. I got a good Christian raising and an 8th grade education. Ain't no need y'all treat me this way. I got a good Christian raising and an 8th grade education. Ain't no need you all treat me this way. Yeah. All right.
Hello, everyone. Jess Stainbrook here. I am the Executive Director of the Invisible Disabilities Association. And I want to say that we're so glad that you could join us here tonight. When we asked our friends all over the world if we should do an online gala this year, here was the response. Yeah, that's how we felt about it too. So welcome. We're so excited. We've got a bunch of great things happening, a bunch of awards tonight, some really cool auction items where you can be part of the story. And a good friend of mine, John Chandler, is going to be the featured entertainment. So it really is going to be a blast. And many of you know that I have a media background, and so I'm actually producing and directing tonight's show. So I'll be behind the scenes, pushing some buttons, having some fun there, just to make sure that everything goes well. Speaking of going well, sometimes we know, all of us have experienced these past few months, sometimes technology just goes wacky. So if something on your end isn't working or you drop off, hey, just reboot, join us back. We'll keep the show going, but you can get right back into the groove. If something happens on our end, hang in there. You might see a slide that looks like this. If so, again, hang in there, or if something drops off, and we'll be back up as soon as we can. So excited for everybody to join us from all over the world. Well, let's get this thing started. Let me introduce Wayne Cannell, the CEO of the Invisible Disabilities Association. Wayne, take it away.
Putting those 8 Emmys to use, that's all I can say. Well, welcome everybody to the Invisible Disabilities Association's 13th Annual Awards Gala, live nationwide and worldwide. Hey, thank you for joining us this evening. Are you ready to watch some incredible invisible stories? Been on the coolest auction items ever. Yes, you can be part of a story and enjoy some break out the boots, hats, and entertainment. My name is Wayne Cannell, and I'm the founder of the Invisible Disabilities Association. And on behalf of the board of directors, we want to welcome you this evening. But let me tell you a little bit about what's going on too. If you're joining us via Facebook or YouTube, welcome. You can join in on the action directly. You can go to idagala.org. The video's playing up in the corner. Just push play and you're off and running. The auction's open also at auction.idagala.org. And now here is our fabulous host for the evening, Denise Plante of 106.7 The Bull in Denver. Welcome, Denise.
Hey, how are you guys? It's such a great night to be here. Here in Colorado,
people are watching all over the world, but in Colorado, we have been hit with a snow storm. So it's nice that we can do this virtually from our homes. We can stay indoors, stay warm, and raise a lot of money for an excellent foundation. Now, I've been married for 25 years. We just celebrated our 25th. Hey, girls, that's right. But 25 years, we've been together 30. And I've watched my husband at a very young age challenged with many different disabilities, what we call invisible disabilities, like rheumatoid arthritis. He gets infusions each and every month, methotrexate, lupus he deals with. He also has a blood clotting disease where he lost 40% of partial of his lower lung. So Mike has gone through it. He still continues to go through it. He recently lost a lot of weight trying to feel good. And one of the things you'll hear tonight, and we actually have an award for it, is, but wait a minute, you look good. Like, there's nothing wrong with you. But unfortunately, so many people deal with different disabilities and challenges in life. And that's why we're here tonight, to make a difference, to raise awareness. And that's why 1067 The Bull, Colorado's New Country, and iHeart is so proud to be part of this, because they know it's a passion of mine. So Wayne and Jess, thank you so much for inviting me here again. I do want to thank some of the sponsors. This would not happen if it wasn't for some of these wonderful sponsors. Thank you to Joe Womack and the Fireplace Warehouse, etc. team. Also, Calls Up and Locked Brands. If it wasn't for you, this wouldn't be happening, like I said. Also, we want to thank our media evening sponsors. Thank you to FSPN, Colorado and Company. I know so well. I hosted that show for 15 years. Great team of people over there from 9 News, and still doing a spectacular job. Scotty Iverson of Swan Taylor PR. She's a wonderful lady. And boy, she's put her passion behind this foundation for many years. The Villager Media Group also. And of course, thank you to my team, 1067 The Bull, Colorado's New Country, and iHeart Media. We have a lot of heart in iHeart and for our community. Now, we have some major sponsor and major auction items that people have donated for you to bid on tonight. As Wayne mentioned earlier, you can log online and check it out. So we want to thank our auction sponsors. Thank you to Antoinette Kurtz of Strategies and the La Jolla Writers Conference, and John Chandler for the amazing auction items. And a big shout out. There is one lady who I have to say a very special thank you to. She is one of the executive producers. Her name is Stacy Olson. Last year at this event, I won a stay at her beautiful home, a condo up in Vail. And I'm telling you, it's spectacular. The lady is just so giving in order to donate that for us to stay there. Thank you. So Stacy Olson, the Olson Family Fund, Denver. And thank you, Rory Brown, Thrive Talk, United Kingdom. We appreciate all of your help and being here this evening. Again, if you're watching from around the world, and I know nationally they are, I want to mention that you can put online to encourage people to join the show right now. So have a Facebook party, have a Twitter party, Instagram party. Just put the word out about idagala.org, Invisible Disabilities Gala.org, idagala.org. We are going to have some wonderful entertainment tonight. We also have Gary Corbett, who is my favorite auctioneer of all time. He does that dibbity sold, except he does it much faster. So trust me. We have our very first award that I'm going to present this evening, and this is what it's all about. It's about recognizing people with invisible disabilities that go through the challenges each and every day, but somehow they make a difference, they make an impact, and they make this world a better place. I want to big congratulations to retired Major Bonnie Carroll. Bonnie Carroll has been selected to be the 2020 recipient tonight of the Invisible Disabilities Invisible Heroes Award. Congratulations, Bonnie. She's been chosen based upon her incredible leadership, also her personal vulnerability as the president and founder of the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, which is otherwise known as TAPS. Now, as a veteran herself, and thank you for your service, Bonnie, she actually is a surviving spouse of a veteran. Through her great loss and because of her great compassion, she created this amazing organization, which provides comfort. It provides resources to all of those grieving a death from the military or a loved one. Let's hear more from Bonnie.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Carroll, the president and founder of TAPS, the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors. TAPS is a national organization for all those grieving the death of a military loved one. I founded TAPS after the death of my husband, along with 7 other soldiers in an Army plane crash. At that time, there was no national support network for all of us who were struggling to cope with a devastating loss. So today, TAPS is there for all those who are grieving with comfort and care, resources and support. It's a wonderful community of those formerly invisible heroes. I'm so grateful to get to know each and every one of you, to applaud your work, to elevate your mission, to find ways we can collaborate and work together. And that's the magic of the Invisible Disabilities Association, bringing us all together to be stronger together. So thank you very much for honoring me tonight, for remembering the families of our fallen heroes, and for recognizing the good work done in this country to make a difference in the lives of so many. We are not invisible. We are here for each other. Thank you so much for this recognition and for this opportunity to get to know all of you.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Bonnie. And now you know, just by hearing her voice, what a soothing comfort that she is to so many people. And thank you for creating TAPS and again, serving for our country. Congratulations on tonight's award. You definitely deserve it. Our next award is the Media Impact Award. And this award goes to Kimberly Warner. I feel like we should all clap at home if you're watching wherever you are. A big round of applause for Kimberly Warner. She's been selected for our 2020 recipient of the Invisible Disabilities Association a Media Impact Award. Now, why was Kimberly chosen? Kimberly was chosen based on her incredible passion. She has determination as the director and the producer of the film Unfixed, which tells many, many stories of humans who are in various stages of their life, but they're learning to thrive. They're learning to thrive with extreme, chronic, incurable conditions. And so again, wherever you are in the country, I just want a big round of applause for Kimberly, her strength, her perseverance, as she personally lives with a neurological disorder and MDDS syndrome. So this award is presented to Kimberly Warner, and let's watch more with her video.
Thank you, everyone, for this award. Thank you, Invisible Disabilities, for bringing this together. We are so honored to receive this award after such a long, hard year for all of us. This is a real boost to the journey that we're on and an acknowledgement of all the efforts that we've put into this project. And I say we because this is the loveliest Mia Allen, and she is my co-producer, my editor, my sometimes videographer, and multi-talented, and I couldn't be doing this without her. And I also couldn't be doing this without the 20 incredible lives that joined us on this journey. Their courage and their openness and their honesty has just blown us away. And I also need to thank my dear husband he is our brand designer. He makes everything we do look like we have a fancy New York ad agency. But really, I know that he's working from this desk right here, usually with a cat on his lap. So he is there for every step of the journey with me and turns my ideas into gold. So thank you.
Yay, Dave. Thank you, the Invisible Disabilities. We are so grateful for your support and your partnership. Without you guys and the other Unfixed partners, we could not do what we do. We would not have the reach that we do, and we would not reach the chronically ill community the way that we can with you by our side. So we are very, very grateful for that support. And thank you also to the Unfixed community, the way that you open your hearts with us every month. It just is life-changing for me. And And I know anyone who spends the time to watch these monthly films will be moved as well. So we are so grateful to all of you for everything that you've done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kimberly, thank you so much. Mia, thank you. Again, now you know why they are so well deserved. And when she started talking about her husband, I started getting it, like my eyes started watering. She has so much love for him. My fake eyelashes almost fell off. I think this is where I need my partner in crime. I need to introduce Wayne Cannell. And Wayne, let me tell you about this man. Listen, you can give a little background about yourself, but I just from my personal heart want to say about Wayne, I met him years ago, and he is like a soul brother. He has gone through so much with his own beautiful wife, Sherry. And so he knows not only is it such a huge impact on the person that's struggling, but also the caregivers too. And Wayne, what you do for your love, for your wife, and for so many different people out there with invisible disabilities, I just cannot thank you enough. You are a man with passion, a man that will not give up when someone says no. You're going to make it happen, and you're doing it for so many people worldwide. So thank you so much. Again, it's the IDA founder and the president and CEO, Wayne Cannell.
Oh, thanks so much, Denise. You know, it is amazing. It's hard to believe we're actually going into our 26th year in January, which is amazing. I've done this as a volunteer the whole time, and thrilled to also have Jess behind the scenes doing this instead of me doing it, which is, you know, a lot of times that's what I've done for a lot of the years. But we're thrilled to have you tonight. And I wanted to just share with everybody a little bit about what's going on in invisible disabilities and give you some background here. Some of the things that's going on this year. So we put on our Love Ideas Summit. Many of you may have attended that back in November, called Exploring the Heart of Relationships. That was 6 incredible days online and on demand in November. We had 10 headline presentations, but the likes of, you know, on relationships, John Gray, you know, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Gary Chapman, the author of The 5 Love Languages. Greg Godek, who wrote 1,001 Ways to Be Romantic. You know, we had 6 roundtables, caregiving and veterans and business and parents, grandparents, unbelievable stuff. We had some special guest speakers, including Ali Webb, who founded Drybar. Many of you may know who Ali Webb is. Broadcast journalist and entrepreneur Lindsay McCormick, and neurohumorist Karen Buxman. We had subjects of chronic illness and humor and servant leadership with Omar Harris, addiction and suicide. These are all about relationships, because we know in this year, we needed help with the relationships across the board. So stay tuned, because we had over 1,000 people join us that week online, but stay tuned, because we're going to start rolling out those presentations here in 2021 if you didn't get to attend back in November. So I want to tell you about the next thing. It's our National Disability ID program. You know, we launched the National Disability ID program back in 2017. But basically, we're pursuing legislation in every state that would allow for the disclosure on government IDs for anyone with a disability, illness, or chronic pain, a personal little symbol. That would be the IDA logo. No personal information stored on the driver's license or the ID, but the symbol provides a recognition and the need for possible accommodations. You know, we all need help sometimes, and it's that interaction sometimes with whoever's looking at that license that needs to see that symbol. You know, Alaska was the first state to pass this back in 2017. We're working directly with legislators in Alabama, Colorado, New York, Pennsylvania, Utah, and more across the nation to advance this initiative. You know, and we want your help. So check out IDA's website. Make sure you go to invisibledisabilities.org. You can find all this information there. We couldn't launch this initiative without the great support of our interns. We've had fabulous interns. We're looking for some new interns. But let's watch a video from CBS 4 here in Denver from one of our amazing interns.
A Colorado teenager is working with a state lawmaker to improve police interactions with people who have disabilities that can't be seen. They're called invisible disabilities, and they can really complicate situations when police arrive. The proposed solution, a symbol on the person's driver's license. Sean Boyd joining us tonight. And Sean, sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, Jim, you know, when someone is in a wheelchair, no one questions whether they deserve a parking spot like this. But if someone parks here and walks even a short distance on their own, We question what we can't see. Could be multiple sclerosis, chronic pain, invisible disabilities. And when police can't see a disability, whether it's ADHD, schizophrenia, autism, OCD, it can be tragic. A Littleton teenager hopes to change that. Most of her life, Rebecca Zickerman wouldn't talk about her disability, let alone give a speech about it. That all changed last year when she disclosed in speech and debate class that she had cerebral palsy, which affects her motor skills.
Really fortunate to have such a mild case, but that also means that it is invisible, so people don't know about it. And on a daily basis, I do have to kind of deal with the repercussions of that.
The speech was the beginning of an extraordinary effort by the teenager who convinced a state lawmaker to carry a bill creating a license that has a special ID symbol for people with invisible disabilities.
I think she's very courageous.
For Representative Daphna Michelson-Janae, it was an easy sell. Her son has autism.
If police officers were to put arms on him, he would respond in a way that really reminded me of the way Elijah McClain responded.
This symbol on a person's license, she says, would alert an officer that there may be a reason a person can't make eye contact, for example, or walk a straight line. The bill also calls for training of officers, which Jess Stainbrook with the Invisible Disabilities Association says is key.
So if I whip out this card and you don't know what this symbol means, what good is it, right? And so we really have been trying to undertake the process of creating what I would call a certification.
Imagine being able to communicate that before a tragedy occurs.
So to be able to know that I'm not alone, but that I can help other people has been a really amazing experience.
Now, Alaska is the only state so far to pass a similar bill into law. If the legislation here passes, a person could voluntarily get that symbol put on their license with a doctor's note. It is estimated 1 in 10 people have some kind of invisible disability. Live in Lafayette, Sean Boyd covering Colorado First.
Wow, we just love Rebecca and our interns. What an amazing story. And thank you so much, CBS, for putting that together. So in the meantime, what do you do with all this legislation that's taking place? You know, it takes a while to get through the legislation. So we launched the Disability ID card, available in the U.S. and international. You can get it at the IDA website. It's got the IDA logo, and the IDA logo is becoming the universal symbol for disability. Our goal is that it will be recognized by first responders, medical personnel, retail establishments, transportation companies and facilities, educational institutions, hospitals, accommodations, your friends, family, coworkers, the public at large. They would recognize this ID card. You know, this is the ID card. You know, it's a real simple ID card. It's got a picture on the back. It's got a talks about that you might need an accommodation. It's got on the back where you've got emergency contact. Our goal is that if you walked into a store and you wear this around your neck, that maybe the first person in the store, because they've been trained, we want to provide that training. They've been trained. They would come up and say, how can I help? That's our ultimate goal. How can you be helped? You don't have to explain to somebody why you have a disability, why you need help. You don't have to track down a manager. That's our goal. You know, it doesn't matter if you're riding on a bus and you need a place to be able to sit down. That's what this identification card's all about. So I want to tell you about some other things we're working on. You know, obviously most of us spent the last year almost indoors, right, in quarantine. And so we were trying to figure out a way that we could make a difference in the lives and continue to produce incredible content. So what we did is we launched what was called the Invisible Encourage Show. It was a live podcast. We actually have 38 episodes right now that are in place. Kelly Pokrivka, who's one of our board members, and myself were the hosts of these. They were 2 to 3 days a week. Really think about it. The reason why it's not encourage, encourage, but it's I encourage, because in the midst of difficult times, you need courage. And so what we want to do is focus on knowledgeable experts, real stories, and amazing courage. Stay tuned in 2021. We hope to relaunch the Invisible Encourage. You can also go see all the episodes on our website. Now, what else are we doing? But you look good. You know, that's that question that Denise was talking about earlier. Everybody's always asking this. This is why my wife and I wrote a book back in 1998. We've got 35,000 of these copies in print around the world. It's a way to encourage and understand people living with illness and pain. People always ask us, what do I say? I don't know what to say. We help them say and what not to say. So make sure you get the copy of the book. What's exciting is it's on Kindle. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on the website. you can also get it in the auction, an autographed copy. But really, the book is about helping you to make it through. Buy multiple copies, give them to your doctors, give them to your friends and family. A lot of people do that. You know, the final thing is that we're doing is that we're being asked all the time to speak about disability speaking and consulting. You know, we're experts in disabilities. Think about it. We coined the phrase, my wife coined the phrase invisible disabilities back in 1996 is when we launched the organization. And we've been spreading the word about the invisible nature of illness and how people can interact with people when they can't see it. And we've become experts in the business marketplace as well, talking to diversity and disability groups and employee resource groups. And so Jess and I spent a lot of time doing speaking and consulting for companies. And that's something that we're available to do. For example, with Arcadis and Dish, we're working right now. This year, we also spoke with the students at Bradley University. So we speak at universities. We've spoken in the past at GlaxoSmithKline and many other organizations. So that's a great thing that you can do. You can come in and you can invite us to be part of it, and we'll help you understand when you can't see the disability, but you want to help the person, and how you can interact when you don't know how to do it in a business place. So we're so excited. But you know what? It's not all about just me talking tonight. Part of this is a fundraiser, right? We need to raise funds. As you can imagine, all the organizations are having a difficult struggle time, and with us. So what we want to do is we're going to move to the auction page. Now, this is a big deal. You know, this is going to be kind of a crazy thing. We're going to use technology. We want you to click on the button down below that says IDA. Go ahead and go to the auction page, click on the big orange button, or you can go to auction.idagala.org. We try to make it easy. We're going to be back in 30 seconds, and we'll meet you on the auction page. Well, welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you're on the auction.idagala.org. And now I want to introduce that Western auctioneer extraordinary himself, Gary Corbett.
All right, here we go. 15, 15, 15. You know, that's the way we normally do it. We have a bid number, and we have an auctioneer, and he rattles us stuff off, but things aren't normal in 2020. And but the silver line is we've made a lot of improvements. We're going to raise a lot of funds. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. And starting off, before we get going, first of all, we're going to have 5 really wonderful auctions. You're going to have the opportunity to authors. You're going to have the opportunity to be part of their book. You're also going to have an opportunity to be part of John Chandler, his song that he's going to write. Before we get going, let's hear from John.
Hey, thanks, Gary, for that introduction. And all I can say is the 2020 award recipients are absolutely amazing. When Wayne and Jess and I got together early this spring to discuss my involvement as the headliner for this 2020 fabulous gala that we're having tonight in a virtual manner, I was truly honored. I have great empathy for the work that IDA is doing, and for good reason. This is my wife, Pat.
Hello, I'm Pat, like he said. I just wanted to take a few moments to share with you my experience. In December of 2005, I suffered a ruptured brain aneurysm. And for the next 30 days, really all I focused on was just being able to survive, just being able to walk out of that hospital. The real work that I found out began after I left the hospital. I found that when you really have an invisible disability, people see you and they think you look great and they expect you to be just the same as you were before. The problem is you are not the same. You're not the same person. And that's the really exhausting part. You're faced with a lot of insecurities, and you need to find a way to overcome them. And I just know that I've done that through a lot of hard work, but I certainly wish IDA had been available to me then.
So do I. I wish that it had been around in those early days of Pat's Challenge, but IDA is here now, and it's great that it's available to help people with truly invisible disabilities. Now, I'm really excited to write a song for the auction winner and perform it for them. It'll be great to sit down with one of you and brainstorm and use your name and perhaps your story in a new song. Now, who knows, maybe you'll become a cowboy or a mermaid or something else. I might have to say it could be a few months before I can perform it because I have a little invisible disability of my own, chronic back pain, and I just had a couple weeks ago back surgery, and I'm still busy complaining to anyone who will listen. So thank you, IDA, for having me join you this evening. It's a great honor. Stay tuned for my concert at the end of this show. And Gary, back to you.
Well, John, thank you. And if you can turn me into a mermaid, that's going to be a real miracle, and I would love to hear that song. But right off the bat, we're going to sell you. And Pat, I assume you're going to be one of the first bidders on this because, John, we know he's terrific. And here's the deal about John. Listen to all this. He's an award-winning singer. He's a songwriter. He's an author. He's written three-time winner of the prestigious Spur Award, Western Writers of America. Writes historic and contemporary West. He keeps West frontier ethic alive. 8 albums, 2 novels, 2 nonfiction books, many short stories and nonfiction articles. 7th generation Coloradoan. He's been influenced by one of my favorite authors, Larry McMurtry. He's right up there with Mike Duncan and Tom Eggemeyer, my other favorites. And he's got Elmer Kelton and Robert Service, and one I knew personally, Mark Twain. And so let's bid on him. Now, this is easy to bid. You just go to auction.idagala.org, and there's a place to bid in the back. You know, you can run as many times as you want to your refrigerator. You don't even have to call Uber these days, and we can bid. So start bidding right here. Keep up here. Do I see any bids coming in? I think we already have some. So it's real simple. That's what you do. You bid on the line. I can't see the bidders. That's okay, and that makes it even easier. Wayne, anybody, anything you want to add to that? We're okay. So bid high, bid often on John Chandler. Next, we've got a wonderful. Here we go into the authors. This is incredible. This is an incredible experience. So you can be a person in a book. The first one right off the bat is Patty. Go ahead, Wayne. You got something to say there? No? Okay. Patty Callahan Henry. You can be a character in one of her upcoming books, and you get an autographed copy of her book. She's a New York Times and USA Today best-selling author of 15 novels and historical fiction, Becoming Mrs. Lewis, The Improbable Love Story of Joy Davidman and C.S. Lewis, recipients of the Christie Award, 2019 Book of the Year, Harper Lee Distinguished Writer of the Year 2020, Alabama Library Association Book of the Year 2019. You can be a character in her book. So start your bidding right now. You know how to do it. Auction.idagala.org. There's a place to bid there, and you don't have to listen to me rattle on.
Hey, Gary. Yeah, I want to just make sure that people know it's auction.idagala.org. There's no other dots in there, anything like that. They just put that in their browser, and they can go right there.
Okay, that's perfect. That's great. So you got that. So let's move right along here. We're going to move right here. We've got 4 more really great authors, starting with now Lisa Jackson. Lisa, let me tell you about Lisa. These authors are incredible. She's a New York Times bestselling author of over 95 novels. 95 novels. You Betrayed Me, Liar, Liar, After She's Gone, Deserves to Die, Running Scared, Shiver. Co-author of One Last Breath, Last Girl Standing, and the Colony series, written with her sister and best-selling authors Nancy Bush and her friend Rosalind Noonan. Listen to this. This is amazing. Over 30 million copies of her novels are translated into 20 languages. So start your bidding. You know how to do it. Auction.idagala.org. Select your bid number and go ahead and bid in 15. 75. See, the nice thing is, my friends there, Don't even have to listen to me rattle on.
Gary,
this is the way to do it now.
I'm still here, man.
Yes,
Something else
Wayne.
pretty exciting I want to show you. So one of the cool things is on all of these auction items, you actually get an autograph to their current autograph book right off the bat. So this is Lisa Jackson's autograph for you. And then after they put you into the book, they give you an autographed copy of that book. So pretty exciting. So you're going to get a book right away. We're going to mail this to you. So you'll have an autographed copy you can start reading right away.
Well, you know, the other thing, Wayne, that I've heard, and Denise, you can kick in on this too, is that a number of these authors have had their books made into movies. So you could be also a character in a movie, as it turns out. I know that could happen, right, Denise?
Or just a character.
Well, and I was,
oh yeah, or just a character.
Thinking how thrilling it would be to be a character in the book as a Christmas present. If you win this, I don't think anybody has ever received a Christmas present like that before.
You can just put your daughter or son's name in it, right?
I think of myself, I'm the mom of 2 boys. As a matter of fact, just to give you a little insight, I was supposed to be hosting this upstairs in front of my beautiful Christmas tree. My Labrador jumped after a cat and tore my Christmas tree down. That's why I'm in a messy stew. I would love to be a character in a book that has a perfect life, please.
Denise, I think you're already a character in a lot of books. I've known you for a number of years, and you'd be great in a movie, too. You've got that kind of a look. All right, Wayne, I won't say anything about you about that. Okay, here we go. Next one. Oh, this is good. This is another one. Linda Lale Miller. Listen to Linda. She's the #1 New York Times and USA Today best-selling author of more than 100 historical and contemporary novels reflecting her love of the West. Historicals, contemporaries, paranormals, mysteries, and thrillers. Current book is Country Song, Western Flavor, prestigious Nora Roberts Lifetime Achievement Award by Romance Writers of America in 2007. Passionate Civil War buff, turbulent time, and recent book, The Yankee Widow. So here we go. Bid on Linda and be a character in her book. 1575. Do you know number 75? You know, I do that just to show off, let people know I know how to do it. I've got a whole bunch of auctioneer buddies that are out there who can do it way better than I can. But that's what you get in the virtual environment. And let's move right along here. We have, this is so cool. Wayne, you've told me about this author, and now I'm hooked here. Jacqueline Machard. Jacqueline Machard, #1 New York Times best-selling author of 12 novels for adults, including Two If by Sea and The Deep End of the Ocean. Listen to this. This is incredible. Her book, she was the inaugural selection, the very first person selected for the Oprah Winfrey Book Club. It was made into a major feature film. She's the author of 7 novels for young adults. In addition to that, she's the winner of the Bram Stoker and the Shirley Jackson Awards, as well as the UK's Walkabout Prize, shortlisted for the Orange Broadband Prize for Fiction. So you can be a character in her book, and it could turn into a movie. Maybe you even meet Oprah. Who knows? 15, keep bidding. Keep bidding. By the way, you can bid all night and into the night, all the way to midnight on all of these. And so we have one more author to go. And then we have another special guest that we're going to bid on. Margaret Weiss. Here she is. Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman have co-written many fantasy novels, including the Dragonlance Chronicles, still in print after 30 years and sold over 25 million copies worldwide. She's the author and co-author of several other New York Times bestsellers. The Dark Sword, Rose of the Prophet, Star of the Guardians, The Deathgate Cycle, Dragon Ships. I mean, to be a character in any of those, the titles say it all. Weiss and her daughter Liz have written 2 paranormal romance novels, Warrior Angel and Rebel Angel. And her newest works, co-authored with Robert Kramus, I hope I have his name correctly pronounced, The Dragon Brigade, Spy Master is the first volume in a new series, Dragon Corsairs, and bid like mad on this one. This is amazing. You can be a character in these books. And this, I mean, I can't get over how much fun it would be to be a character in a book. Yeah, Wayne.
I think that most of the bids right now are around $100 right now. I mean, seriously. That's, I mean, to be in a book that's immortal in a sense, forever, you get your name in a book. I mean, how crazy cool is that?
Way too low. It should be $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $1,000, $1,000, $10,000. I mean, the sky's the limit. You can bid as many times as you want and as often as you want. Just go into auction.idagala.org and you select the bid at the bottom, and you have plenty of time to bid. So Wayne, yeah, you're right.
How exciting is it too? How exciting is it too, guys, that the authors actually gets to create the character for you. So not only are you featured in the book, but you're like at home waiting to see what they're going to develop. Like, I'm sure they talk to you ahead of time and they kind of get your feel and all that good stuff, but you get to figure out, gosh, what are they going to make me? Am I going to be a dragon? Am I going to be a vampire? Am I going to be an angel?
Well, I'll tell you, Denise, Jacqueline Machard, we actually have to give her the name Monday morning. Okay. Because whoever wins is going to be in like her next book, I think. And so, I mean, this book was made into a movie as well. I mean, how amazing is that? And I will tell you, these are, it's just incredible. The fact that you get your name in a book and you get 2 books that are autographed even. I mean, gee whiz, that's worth $100 right there.
That's
I'm
incredible.
bidding. I'm going online right now. I'm bidding.
Oh, excellent.
Well, we're going to outbid you. I'll tell you.
Bring it on, boys. Bring it on.
I want to share the next person that Gary's going to talk about. She actually is the one who brought us all of these authors. So let me tell you, she knows what she's talking about.
Wow.
So,
okay.
This is amazing. Antoinette Kurtz. Antoinette Kurtz. She is a founder of the La Jolla Writers Conference. She helps both self-published and New York Times best-selling authors maximize potential and that of their books. On behalf of the Invisible Disabilities Association, she's offering a 2-hour consultation to do the same for you. I'm telling you, I've actually tried to write a book. It took me 75 years to do 6 pages, and these authors have had hundreds and millions of books published. Antoinette Kurtz can help you. This is an amazing 2-hour consultation that she'll be able to give. And Denise Plante has offered to move into your home for an entire year, and she will help you read and do all that kind of stuff. That's another just cool thing that just came, right, Denise? You're going to do that.
I don't know if that's cool.
Hey, Gary, by the way, what's exciting too is Antoinette founded the La Jolla Writers Conference. For 20 years, all of these incredible authors come to La Jolla and they get together, and you could be part of that, right? I mean, because if you get to be in the book, or maybe she's going to help you with your book so that you can get the accolades and go to this too. So it's pretty amazing. And by the way, I found out we can do 2 of the 2 hours, by the way, Gary, 2 of them.
Oh, really? So,
yeah.
Wow. Or could one person do all 4 if they want to bid that way?
Sure, if they want to bid against
themselves. How are we going to do it? This is great. Antoinette, you're amazing. I want to bid on this. So here we go. Antoinette Kurtz. So go ahead, bid like mad. 50. We're going to win 25. Keep bidding, keep doing it all night. And Wayne, as you said earlier, you can do this until midnight tonight. Is that right? I mean, you've got all the time. Midnight Mountain Time. So that's incredible.
I have a feeling this is going to be fun. I'm going to be glued to my laptop all night to see how high I have to go to get that book. I have one in particular I want, and I'm not saying which one it is because I don't want somebody to like outbid me.
Well, Denise, you know what's fun, Denise, too, is that you give them your email and your phone number, and they will tell you if somebody's outbidding you, so that way you can get back in there.
Okay, good.
Oh, so this is fun. This is fun. You can do it right at home. I mean, LaFawn Biddle, I'm sure you're in the audience, LaFawn. You got to get your friends going like this. She's a good friend. I mean, there's so many. Stacy Olson. I mean, her family, the Olson Family Foundation. We love them. Absolutely. I mean, this is the most amazing kind of thing. I will be back, but right now, Denise, I think you have something special.
I'm next. So let me jump in next year. So
okay, Wayne.
Yeah. So I want to tell everybody right now, okay, we're going to move back from the auction page and we're going to go back to the gala page. That's idagala.org. This is our last move for the night. Of course, we want you to go hit the auction. It's up till midnight. but you can click on the gala homepage right there on the auction page, push the big orange button that says Gala Home, or you can go to idagala.org, and we'll see everybody in 30 seconds. Well, welcome back, everybody. Hey, Denise. Hey, you're up next.
I know. I have an award to give. I have somebody to recognize. And I hope wherever you all are watching, you're like me. I have a little festive glass of wine, relaxing, staying indoors, nice at home, enjoying the entertainment. And remember, after we're finished here, we have a wonderful concert that we're going to put on for you. So you can dance at home, do the Roger Rabbit, do those old school moves. Nobody will be watching except you. Okay, so have fun. Now, I want to recognize another award, volunteer award. It goes to Jake Stimmel. Now, Jake has been selected to be the 2020 recipient of the Invisible Disabilities Association Volunteer Award. And that's because Jake was chosen based on his extensive volunteerism with IDA. In addition, this man, he works long weeks. His week-long internship of 2019 while living daily with an invisible disability himself. Jake's passion, his enthusiasm, it actually fueled a year-long pursuit of legislation opportunities of IDA's National Disability ID Initiative. Now, through his tenacious and tireless work, Jake helped IDA obtain legislative sponsors in Pennsylvania, New York, and Alabama. Let me say that again. Jake helped IDA obtain legislative sponsors in Pennsylvania, New York, and Alabama to help move forward bills for an approved designated symbol for disability, of course, allowing voluntary disclosure on government-issued IDs. So thank you. We honor you, and let's watch more about Jake.
Good evening. First, I would like to thank Jess Stainbrook, Wayne Cannell, and the IDA board for this award, as well as the opportunity to share my story today. I would also like to congratulate all of the other award winners. My disability inclusion journey began with the Invisible Disabilities Association, and for that, I'm forever grateful. A little background on how I found this amazing opportunity with the IDA. I was awarded a Marshall Fellowship, a merit-based fellowship from Franklin and Marshall College, which provided me funds to pursue an opportunity of academic enrichment. I wrestled with what to do with the grant money. Should I pursue opportunities in my other personal passion of sports or pursue something in disability advocacy? Later that year, my school hosted its first ever Disability Studies Symposium, and my participation in that taught me that I wanted to do something in disability advocacy. I remember that when I first Google searched invisible disabilities, the IDA was the first Google search. Later, I reached out and quickly Jess and I formulated an agenda for my internship. I began my internship in May 2019, where my main task was to locate and reach out to legislators to generate interest in the National Disability ID. The National Disability ID, also known as the NDID, is a voluntary disclosure of a disability on a state ID. I was successful in helping legislation become introduced in New York, Pennsylvania, and Alabama, and spoke to countless other legislators across the country. I also traveled to Colorado for a week at the end of the summer to participate in Jess's active week of meetings with him. Throughout this experience, I learned about the importance of developing relationships and networking. I also learned about some of the nuances and intricacies of public policy and advocacy. Most importantly, I learned about the power of the people. Communicating with legislators is not as scary as some people think, and as I had previously thought. State legislators want to hear from their constituents. If you are passionate about an advocacy topic, reach out to your state legislators and your voice will matter. Your opinion will be heard. After graduating, I completed an internship with Understood, a nonprofit focused on learning disabilities. As for the future, I am still looking for further opportunities in disability inclusion and advocacy. Thank you for your time.
What an amazing man. And thank you again, Jake. Congratulations. We are so happy to be able to honor you this evening, and it's well deserved. All right, so now I want to send it back to my buddy in crime, soul, Gary Corbett. This is why we're here this evening. We really need to raise some money and to help all of those with invisible disabilities. And, you know, there's one thing that hasn't been mentioned tonight, and I don't mind sharing at all. Wayne, I think I've talked to you in private about this, but I think invisible disability also deals with anxiety. And I have extreme high anxiety, even though I'm on the radio and TV, I still deal with anxiety, panic attacks so much that I have to take medicine. And I'm not embarrassed about it. I think we need to talk more about mental illness and more about invisible disabilities and get it out there to help others. So now is the time. If you're going to make a difference and you're going to help, now's the time to listen to Gary Corbett. Gary?
You know, this is the most important part of the night, really. This is when we support invisible disabilities. If there's a silver lining in this crazy year of ours, 2020, it's that it, strangely enough, is bringing us together. I mean, wouldn't it be wonderful if we looked at each other not in categories and stereotypes, but if we looked at each other as if we understand that each individual has an invisible disability, an invisible ability, and they're unique individuals. We don't need to look at each other in categories like political stripes or religious labels or skin color or gender or any of these things. If we look at each other as individuals, and that's what we've learned here. I know, you know, in this new year coming up, we're going to look back on this year, and it's going to give new meaning to the word hindsight is 2020. But let's make 2020 a good year, and let's make tonight a year where we can not just support Wayne and Sherry and Jess and all the people, but all of us. This is something that's important for each and every one of us. But Invisible Disabilities Association, it does take money, and this is what we're here for. So let me give you an idea of what we're raising funds for. If you would give $25,000, and I know there's some friends out there that are watching that might just do that tonight. $25,000 would pay for a part-time social media and communications manager. $10,000. That would develop new social media and outreach resources. $5,000, that supports IDA Speakers Bureau, business consulting for corporations and colleges, encouraging tangible ways to support people with invisible disabilities at their locations. $2,500, that would pay for internships and ambassador resources for spreading awareness and education for invisible disabilities issues and needs. $1,000, that would pay for an educational media creation effort. $500, chronic illness support groups. One thing I've noticed about my involvement, I've been involved with a number of years with invisible disabilities, and you see a lot of bravery, a lot of happiness, but you don't see a lot of whining. But support groups are very important in these things. My wife is a psychotherapist, and she works with a lot of people who come in with, like you just said, Denise, which is very brave of you, with people coming with anxiety over a number of issues. We are all in this together. And that's one thing that we're learning through this crazy year of ours, 2020. $250, that would pay for online technology and web-based tools I'm one of those guys, you can tell under this, my white hair, technology. I have a love-hate interest with technology. I love to hate it, but I have learned to, it is one thing. Look at what we're doing here. We're worldwide, bringing people together. That's what we're doing all the time. $250 to pay fat, $100. That's a round of drinks in a bad joint, you know, and we can't even go to any joints now. So $100 reaches 400 people online with information regarding Invisible Disabilities Association. If you give $50, that's scholarship for the national ID cards. I love what Jess said about the ID cards. That's so important. I think we ought to look at everybody's face as if there's an ID card. So we look at each other as individuals. So now's your opportunity to give. So you go now to idagala.org. You're probably already there. You select the amount that you want to give, and this is open until midnight, and so you can give whatever you want. So whether you give $25,000 or $50 or any amount in between, it really helps support this wonderful, wonderful organization. And I do speak from my heart here. I think this is an organization that is truly for all of us. And with that, I think.
Yeah, Gary. Gary,
if you'd like to go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, Gary, really appreciate it. So all people have to do is they'll look down on the Gala page and just scroll down on the IDA Gala page, and all the different levels are there, you know, and you can pick as many levels as you want. You know that. You know, there's also a button at the bottom, the blue button. You know, that's for the people. You can't determine what you want to give. Maybe you want to give 2020 and 2020, right?
Well, also, Wayne and Denise, I mean, we can do this all night long, but stay tuned because we're going to be a tremendous entertainment with John Chandler. So you've got that to look forward to. So Wayne, Denise, have anything else? I think,
yeah, this will
and
be up till
thanks for involving me. And
yeah, Gary, this page will be up till tomorrow evening. So you can IDA Gala page will be up, so they can rewatch the event if they want. As well as it'll be up through tomorrow evening, so they can actually they can give all the way through tomorrow. That'd be awesome. We would be honored.
Thank you, Gary. You did a wonderful job as always. You're my fave.
Thank you.
God bless. And you know, Gary mentioned many different reasons why you should give. I opened up about anxiety, also OCD in my family, Tourette's in my family. There are so many different reasons. If you have a child that's suffering under the autism umbrella, or maybe dyslexia, things, anxiety that a lot don't talk about, and mental illness that they don't put on the forefront, that's what Invisible Disabilities is all about. So they're here to help, and they're here to make a big difference. So please do. You have until tomorrow night, they said, to log on to that page. Wayne, I think we're ready to give away some more awards. I have the Invisible No More Perseverance Award, and Mr. Barry Shore has been selected to be the 2020 recipient of the Invisible Disabilities Association's Invisible No More Perseverance Award. Now, let me tell you why everyone chose Barry. First off, just a great guy, but based upon his amazing perseverance as he lives daily with neurological effects of the Guillain-Barré syndrome. I hope I pronounced that right. It actually produced quadriplegia, and it was for a certain time. It still affects him till this day. And that happened in 2004. In spite of a difficult and slow recovery, Barry shares his story, all of his struggles, all of his triumphs. This guy is so charismatic. Wait until you hear from him. He has so much joy and so much love to give. It's awesome. He likes to encourage others on their personal journey of loss, of illness, of pain, of disability. And he truly has a mission. It's to transform the world through joy and his creation of Keep Smiling movement in truly life and this changing world. And wait until you hear more. He is going to put a smile on your face. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Barry Shore.
Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good-looking people. Remember, you're good-looking because you're always looking for and finding the good. Welcome. Thank you so much to the Invisible Disabilities Association for honoring me. I am truly humbled by this award of the Perseverance Award. And this particular video is not about me, it's about you. Y-O-U, because by you becoming the best you make the world a better place. You build bridges of harmony, create more joy, happiness, peace, and love in the world. And we're going to talk about the 3 fundamentals of life in just a couple minutes. These 3 fundamentals are, number 1, life. Life has purpose. And when you lead a purpose-driven life, you can go mad. Now, in this case, MAD is a great acronym. It stands for Make a Difference. And the 3rd fundamental is to uncover and discover and unlock the secrets and the power of everyday words and terms. Simple example, WWW. Ask anybody what does it stand for, and invariably they'll tell you it has to do with the internet. And factually speaking, they're correct. But in our world, the world of the positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, WWW stands for What a Wonderful World. And thank you to Louis Armstrong Satchmo for enabling that song to touch billions of people around the planet. Now, another great acronym that I use and has helped me persevere is SMILE. SMILE stands for Seeing Miracles in Life Every Day. Every day. Now, invariably, when I'm speaking with people, people raise their hand and say, but Barry, sure, I've been up for hours, but I haven't seen any miracles. And I ask them, are you here? Can you hear? Can you walk? Can you stand? Can you see? Do you have food to eat? Do you have water to drink? Do you have a place to sleep? Do you have family? Do you have friends? Those are all miracles. The ability to see miracles in life every day. In my own situation, September 17, 2004, I'm standing up in the morning, just like I hope 99.99% of people here. And that evening, I was in the hospital, completely paralyzed, quadriplegic. 144 days in the hospital, 2 years in a hospital that I couldn't turn over by myself, 4 years in a wheelchair, braces on both my legs, my hips, my ankles. That was progress. Now I am vertical and ambulatory because I use a 6.5-foot walking wand made for me by a Zen master, but I still can't walk up a stair by myself or a curb, and I have help 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But in the course of getting better, I learned how to swim. And I now swim 2 miles a day, 6 days a week. And I've been doing that for more than a dozen years, and I've logged 7,943 miles. I guess that's why I'm getting the Perseverance Award. So our blessing to you is go forth, live exuberantly, spread the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love. Go mad. Go make a difference.
Amazing man. I told you, I mean, everything he's been through, and he's so happy, and he talks about miracles and a blessing each and every day that we're just here, that we're breathing. We have food in our bellies, a roof over our head. So well-deserved. Congratulations. Moving on to our next award. And this is why I love doing this gala and hosting and seeing each year. It gives me goosebumps, and it just gives me a better insight of the positivity in life out there. Right now, during so much in the news that we hear about between politics and COVID and everything, there's so much negativity. Here, Invisible Disabilities, we recognize the passion, we recognize the love for everyone and in life. Our next award, the Innovation Award, goes to PK Bevel. He's been selected as the 2020 recipient of the Invisible Disabilities Association Innovation Award. PK has been chosen based upon her vision, excuse me, I said him earlier, I'm sorry, PK, upon her vision and innovation as the founder and developer of the Virtual Dementia Tour, otherwise known as VDT. The VDT is a scientifically proven, evidence-based sensitivity training program, which really provides a better understanding of Alzheimer's and related dementias through the use of patented sensory tools and, of course, instruction. I think this is wonderful. My Aunt Alice unfortunately passed of Alzheimer's, and it's a horrible disease. So I'm so happy that she's focusing on making a difference. The VDT has been experienced by over 3 million people in 20 different countries. In addition, PK has founded Second Wind Dreams, which is a non-profit dedicated to changing the perception of aging through fulfillment of dreams and educational programs such as the VDT. Ladies and gentlemen, let's watch PK Bevel.
What an honor to receive the Innovation Award from Invisible Disabilities Association. And I share this award with each of you with an invisible disability because we're all innovators. In order to navigate life with an invisible disability, we have had to draw on innovative ways to chart our course. We even innovate ways to help those caring for us, and they too become innovators in providing our care. Innovation is a gift we share, and it's usually born of the need to cope with an untenable situation by developing ways to manage day by day. This award embodies that innovative spirit in each of us, and Invisible Disabilities has taken a bold step in acknowledging the innovative spirit. Having polio as a child has resulted in many invisible disabilities for me, but at the same time, it has provided me with an empathic view of the world. It is through this lens that I endeavor to look at people from their point of view, and because of this gift from God, I founded Second Wind Dreams and created the Virtual Dementia Tour. These programs shed light on those who are unable to speak for themselves while allowing people the opportunity to share in their disabilities with the goal of increasing social awareness and empathic care. Most of the time, we don't view our disabilities as a gift, but behind every disability is a person waiting to be heard and a gift to be shared. In some ways, we're also living in the Wild West as we continue innovating new ways for our voices to be heard, and it is through Invisible Disabilities that it will happen. Thank you, IDA, on behalf of all of us living with invisible disabilities for this award. I hope each of you will take a moment to celebrate your innovative spirit with me and keep looking up.
Thank you, PK. And I love that hat. Please, somebody get a hold of her. Or if you're watching right now, PK, message me. Let me know where you got that hat. I love it. I think it's so cute. All right, moving along. Brian Lowe. Brian Lowe, we honor you tonight. Cheers, my friend. Congratulations. You and Inspire have been selected to be the 2020 recipient of the Invisible Disabilities Association's Corporate Award. Through his passion and through his visionary leadership as founder and CEO of Inspire, Brian has helped to create successful online, authentic patient engagement community anchored by more than 100 national patient organization partnerships. And get this, over 2 million members. Wow, that's incredible. Brian and Inspire have worked tirelessly to create a safe and supportive place where patients, families, friends, even caregivers can connect with one another online, including the millions of people living daily with invisible disabilities. Let's watch Brian's video.
Thank you to the Invisible Disabilities Association for this honor. I accept it on behalf of the entire team here at Inspire. It has been a privilege working with Wayne, Sherry, and Jess since 2014. I founded Inspire to help bring patients and caregivers who face conditions like cancer, rare disease, and chronic conditions together to support one another. At Inspire, we've learned that there are 3 reasons people join a community like this. First, for clinical and scientific advice. Second, for practical daily living tips. And finally, for emotional support and friendship. I'd argue that without emotional support and friendship, you really can't have either of the first things. Many people affected by disorders that are uncommon and invisible feel the sting of stigma and loneliness. These additional burdens clearly affect the best possible health for these people. Large and empathetic online communities like IDA can help fill that void. These groups can bear witness to someone's anxiety or anger. They can offer a kind word and help celebrate a small victory. In short, they can help heal. On Inspire, the IDA community has grown to 8,000 members spanning all 50 states and 76 countries. We look forward to growing the community even larger next year and beyond. I'm honored to share a few of the words of support that IDA members on Inspire have written about your community. One member wrote, "I must say that joining a support group has been the best thing I've done for myself. Getting support and supporting others has been the best medicine for me." Another member wrote, "There are lots of people who don't understand because they can't see my disability. Even my own family doesn't understand sometimes. You are welcome to unload here. We will listen without judgment." Thank you, IDA, for this honor and for being such a wonderful partner.
joining us tonight. And thank you for all of the hard work that you have done and created such a passion for invisible disabilities. Our next award and final award at the beginning of this evening, remember I said people always look at somebody with an invisible disability and say, but you look so good. I would never know that you were having any issues or struggles. That's why they created the But You Look Good Inspiration Award. And this award goes to Debbie Macumber. She's been selected as the recipient of the Invisible Disabilities But You Look Good Inspiration Award. Let me tell you a little bit about Debbie. She's been chosen because she is someone who lives with dyslexia. All of the difficulties and misunderstandings, she has inspired a way to help young people and others pursue and live their dreams. And how does she do that? Well, I found out that Miss Debbie Macumber is a #1 New York Times best-selling author and one of today's most popular writers with more than 200 million copies of her books printed worldwide. This is a lady who has dyslexia. She overcame it. She's fighting. She continues to overcome it every single day. She brings compelling relationships to life, embracing families. She has novels that have spent over 1,000 weeks on the New York Times best-selling list. 13 of these novels hit the #1 spot. So that's absolutely huge. Thank you, Debbie, for your courage. Thank you for sharing your story so publicly and to provide really a positive voice of hope and compassion for so many people out there with their journeys and illnesses, pain, and disability. And let's hear more from Miss Debbie Macumber.
Hello, I'm Debbie Macumber. I'm an author and I have dyslexia. It was a big struggle when I was growing up. I didn't learn to read until I was in the 5th grade. I barely graduated from high school. And yet, in retrospect, as I look back, I realize that dyslexia is a gift. It gave me the creative side to create stories, and that was what has led to my success. I am very grateful to the Invisible Disabilities for bringing this out and showing people the potential they can have with each disability. Thank you very much.
Thank you again and congratulations. Fantastic job. Thank you for sharing your story. And again, earlier this evening, we mentioned Wayne and his wife, Sherry. They co-authored that book, But You Look Good. And so I want to ensure that you pick up that book. It's a great gift for anyone and everyone out there. And I think so far, Gary and Wayne, this has been a pretty good evening, don't you think?
Yeah, this is amazing. It's an awesome time. You know, Denise, one of the things we always want to talk about is that, you know, there are times that the people with their disabilities that they're not able to overcome all the odds, right? And they're living at home, especially this time of isolation, and they're forgotten and alone and abandoned. And that's what Invisible Disabilities also is about. We're also about trying to share their voices and their stories, because a lot of times they're unable to do things because of how the illnesses and the disability and the pain has got them down. So let's make sure that we remember those people, especially during this time in the isolation. You know, give them a phone call, check in with them, see if they're okay. You know, that's one of the things we talk about in the book. You know, sometimes just saying, "Hey, I care about you," makes a huge difference, because they are abandoned and misunderstood. Because people look at them and go, "You, like you said, but you look good, you look fine. You can. What do you mean you can't work? You can't run? You can't do all these things?" Well, they would if they could. You know, they would. They would love to work if they could. They would love to do a lot of those things. But illness and pain, and with what we're going through now with the pandemic, we're going to have people that are going to come out of this. They're going to be new to this minority group of disabilities that is happening as well. So we need to make sure that we lift them up, think about them. And, you know, some people are able to take their disabilities and work around them and create new things, and it's who they are, but they're all individual and unique. And we want to make sure that we love these people and we believe them, especially.
And I want to thank you for starting Invisible Disabilities in 1996. I know you created this because out of the love of your wife, but also you wanted to educate friends and family members about what you just said. I mean, there are so many people, like when you do deal with anxiety, there are days where you don't want to go outside because it's not just you're a little nervous, but you have these actual attacks. So I want to thank you for creating Invisible Disabilities and changing the lives of so many.
Yeah, thank you, Denise.
Just one quick comment. Every year this event is such an inspiration, but even more so this year. Wayne and Sherry and Denise, Jess, and all the staff and all the supporters, Stacy, everybody involved. It's just an incredible inspiration. So thank you. And that I'm like every auctioneer, I talk too much, so I will shut up.
Well, I'll tell you, this is the time, like we talked about earlier, Gary, that people can go ahead and bid till midnight. Please go and bid. I mean, get your name in a story. These are the best Christmas gifts you've ever seen. You can't beat them. Think about it. It's a gift that gives on for years and years and years and years and years. Who knows how long, right?
Right.
And also remember that we do need to fund ourselves into 2021, and it's been a difficult year for us as well. So you can go to the auction. You can go to the idagala.org page, which we've been at right now. That'll be open all the way through tomorrow evening, as well as, hey, if you just want to do it on your phone, just text Gala Give to 44321. Real simple.
Really simple, 44321 to text. You can also go to idagala.org. If you want to check out the auction, it's auction.idagala.org. We want to thank again our sponsors this evening, Fireplace Warehouse, etc., and Allsup. Thank you. Also Locked Brands. Our executive producers, Stacy Olson and Rory Brown, and Jess Stainbrook. Hey, the producer, the guy behind the scenes doing it all. You have been amazing, man. Thank you for making us look good. I was last minute because this dog who just broke in crashed over my Christmas tree and we had to move the whole set downstairs. So thank you for being so patient. You are a rock star. And by the way, can I give him a shout out? Jess owns his own winery, people. I'm buying some. What's the name of it? Can we say?
It's called Mud Creek Vineyards.
Okay, I'm getting more.
Yeah, right.
Right. No, but you know what? It's not over yet here, Denise. I mean, we now have an incredible entertainer coming up, right? I mean, John Chandler, we heard his music at the beginning, just in the opening scene, but I'll tell you what, we got an incredible concert coming up.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for everything.
For 30 years. Oh, thank you, Jess. I was going to say, I've been with my husband for 30 years. I'm 1 to 2 step. I know how to boogie. So let's get the party going. John Chandler. Cheers.
Denise, you are a fantastic host. I am so moved by the stories that are shared this evening by the award honorees. And it's a great feeling to be so moved. They're inspiring and incredible stories, and just salute to all of you. You can imagine, as a singer-songwriter, I love telling stories via my music, and as I mentioned before, my recent back surgery has really impeded my ability to perform live tonight. So please enjoy the following videos from some of my previous concerts at Swallow Hill Music in Denver and at the Old Town Pick and Parlor in Arvada. Thank you to Lowell Whitney for the video clips that he put together, and a great team of folks at Invisible Disabilities Association. I am so proud and honored to work with you. Make sure to generously support IDA tonight and into the future, and you can make a difference. Now, on to the show. But this is the song we wrote in the motel in Taylor, Nebraska, the night that the tornado came through. It's called Black Horse. So. 1, 2, 3. Ride a black horse, baby, all across these western plains. I ride a black horse, baby, all across these wild, wild plains. Ride over to the mountains and turn right home again. Sitting in a silver saddle, baby, stirrups of solid gold. I got a bright silver saddle with stirrups of solid gold. I got a diamond hat band and a 24 karat soul. I sing my homes out parade. And of course, the sweet baby James. Sing, I wanna go home, but my home is all gone, and I'll never see that place again. And I say, see them tumbling down. I'm the ghost of the city and the pride of this town, 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 town. Alrighty, my horse baby, oh, she's a western maid. Alrighty, my horse baby, oh, girl, she's wild, wild plain. Ride over to the mountains and turn right home again. I play my guitar, baby, I play my harmonica too. I play blood on the saddle, wild horses and a Linda. That neck starts to gallop when I'm picking on some crystal dew. I sing my hopes out on the range, and of course the sweet baby James. Sing a beauty world with some sweet little girl with that cowgirl Hall of Fame. And I say, happy trails to you. I'm a real range rider and a show shot buckaroo. And I say, blue shadows on the trail, ride into the sunset, grab a twister by the tail. I'll ride into the sunset, grab a twister by the tail. Yes, I will. I wrote this song because I'm really proud to be a Coloradan, and always have been and always will be. And I mean it. Telephone rings in the kitchen. Firebird sits in the drive. Slide the key in the ignition. Feel that engine come alive. Best to leave while it's still early. Please don't answer that damn phone. Just slide in and curl your legs up on the seat. Babe, we're finally headed home. Set your sights on the horizon. Girl, you won't believe your eyes. Nothing new under that big old western sun. Just those Colorado skies. Blue Colorado skies. 1,000 miles of rolling plain. Wide open country, there's no growing pain. Get that country station off the radio. I don't believe old Taylor Swift knows anything I need to know. Denim shirts with pearl buttons, buckskin gloves and pecan pine. Feels like we are back where we belong. Mileage you from Timberline. Set your sights on the horizon. Girl, you won't be alright. But there's no underlying take away from the sun. Just those Colorado skies. Blue Colorado skies. Just those Colorado skies. Blue Colorado skies.
I've done this song many times over the years, and I've had people later come by and say, that song wasn't the truth at all. I say, I write fiction, I can make it up. Jesse James wasn't like that. Got shot to pieces. So they did manage to kill a bank teller named Joseph Haywood. And so I started thinking about how Joseph's family felt about this whole thing when, you know, years had gone along and they looked back on what had happened. And Joseph did have a wife, but I couldn't find out exactly historically what had happened to her, so I made her up. And this is Pearl Haywood's story. It's called He Was No Hero. Paper from St. Cloud today ran a picture of old Frank James dressed up fine in his Sunday clothes, started tripping from head to toe. Near 40 years since I saw him last, him and his brothers they tore on past their horses' hooves, guns ablaze. Well, my Joe was killed in the Northfield Bank by that dirty Jesse James. My bitter tears fall and stay in the pit, where I remember that awful day, a blushing bride just turned 19. I loved Joe Haywood more than anything. They told me later Joe done his best, Jesse just shot him for the fun, I guess. Now Jesse's a myth, Frank's reached old age. But my Joe's laid down in the cold, cold ground under Minnesota flame. And Jesse, he was no hero. He was just a little man with a crooked spear and a scraggly beard and a pistol in his hand. He caused my life in misery, of loneliness and pain. Oh, pain. Oh, God only knows all the pain I feel for that dirty Jesse James. Sometimes at night I still hear the guns, see Joe lying in his own lifeblood. Well, it's 1912 but I still wear black, but Jesse James took I could never get back. Folks believe he was Robin Hood, that he gave to the poor, that he done some good. Me, I age cursed by Ford's day, cause that Porter boy went and cheated me out of killing Jesse James. A woman's tale, a spinster's life. The same time heals, but I never forgot that dusty street, a summer day. I watched those cowards going right away. If I had a gun, I'd hop the trail, head off to Missouri and shoot Frank James before he died. Push below and play. Well, I've sent your soul to the depths of hell with your brother, Jesse James. But he was no hero, he was just a little man with a crooked stick and a scrappy beard and a pistol in his hand. He caused my life of misery, loneliness and pain. Oh, pain. Oh, God only knows all the hate I feel for that dirty Jesse James. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those from the dusty plains to touch the sky. They were sacred, the Wahatoya. Conquistadors came searching for gold and humanity to vanquish. Their eyes fell upon the peaks, and they were humbled by the mountain's majesty. Their descendants look upon the Wahatoya of Colorado and call them the Spanish Peaks. Last night, as I lay beneath the pine, the campfire burned to ashes, moon rose in the sky. I awoke before the dawn's light, tear ran down my cheek. I dreamed of home and family, there beneath the Spanish Peak. On the trail from Santa Fe, where plains and mountains meet, and the rivers cut through canyons, the air is fresh and sweet. I carved my life in granite, I let my roots run deep. I found the only peace I've known there beneath the Spanish Peak. Wind blows hard and heavy, tears a hole right through my soul, and I long to take the road that leads back home. There are those who look for answers, those who look for love, those who look in mirrors, those who look above. As I ride this Colorado train, something else I see. Peace found in the valley, there beneath the Spanish Peak. The coyote's lonesome cry echoes the sorrow in my soul. And I long to take the road that leads back home. On the trail from Santa Fe, where plains and mountains meet, Rivers cut through canyons, air is precious sweet. I carved my life in grass, I let my roots run deep. I found the only peace I've known there beneath the Spanish peak. Yes, I found the only peace I've known there beneath the Spanish peak. Marvelous.
We gotta do a real heartbreaker country song just to get it out of the way. I wish he's high, the 9 pounds ahead. Rides are scared as the rain. When you're down to your last shade, nothing said. Too far away from the train. Been a good month of Sundays, the guitar goes. Got a tall drink of yesterday's wine. Left a long string of friends, so sheets away, and some satisfied women behind. Hey, ride me down, easy Lord, ride me on down. We were us where I lay. Say I'm easy come, easy go, easy love when I stay. John Mason. Race on the mountain, race on the hill. I lock arms with the devil himself. I've been a rodeo bum, son of a gun, and a hobo stars in his crown. Hey, ride me down easy, Lord, ride me on down. We were lost where I lay. Say I'm easy come, easy go, easy love when I stay. Take a guitar, boys. easy road around the world else where I lay. Say I'm easy come, easy go, easy love when I say, hey, ride me down, easy Lord, ride me on down, the world else where I lay. Say I'm easy come, easy love when I stay. Say I'm easy come, easy go, easy love when I stay. You're up there, Ernie. Through the gap, down to your royal, cool water, long sweet grass, fresh hog, the place to go. Red wall shine, hot as a fever, warm as your mother's love, on the day that you leave her. Lonely rider in the morning mist, helping full the rim to the west. A board hat and a saddlebag full of cash, and a pistol he ready. Set the times when we'd had to choose between the hole in the wall and the hole 6 feet in the ground. Through the gap, down to your royal, cool water, long sweet grass, fresh horses, a place to go. Red wall shines, hot as a fever, warm as your mother's love, all the day that you leave her. Through the holes they hide away, keeps the wolves at bay, till the next payroll comes a rolling down the river line. 30 faces ring the campfire's light, tall tales on a moonlit night. A guitar and a bottle of old Yellowstone, the place where ghosts run free. The wild bunch, the Shoshone, the feeling that you should have been here 100 years ago. Through the gap, down to your royal, cool water and long sweet grass, fresh horses, a place to go. Red wall shines, hot as a fever, warm as your mother's love, all the day that you leave her. Yeah, through the gap, down to your royal, cool water and long sweet grass, fresh horses, a place to go. Red wall shines, hot as a fever, warm as your mother's love, on the day that you leave her. Yeah, through the gap, down to your royal, cool water and long sweet grass, fresh horses, a place to go. Red wall shines, hot as a fever, warm as your mother's love, on the day that you leave her. This song has grown to mean more than I ever intended it to. I developed a life of its own one time after I put it on a record that I did for a bunch of farm folks. We went to farm gatherings and conventions all over the country and pushed this. They took this song and they sung about going home. And they took it to mean going home in the celestial sense. I've probably played this song 2 or 3 dozen funerals myself. And I frequently get these cards and letters from people saying, we played it at Uncle Al's funeral. And there's something that's really, really gratifying about writing a song that people want to leave this world with. Last night I walked the shore, the breeze from off the water. We knew the bond as close as a mother and a daughter. I found myself believing if I turned around the way I came, I'd find the road to get back home again. I'm going home. I'm going home. I don't know which direction I have gone. I only know my heart will lead me on. I'm going home. I never meant to run. I never chose to wander. One day I just walked down the road and I kept on going far. Little late some nights my dreams would find me on that gravel lane. Miles so from being home again. I'm going home. I'm going home. I don't know which direction I have gone. I only know my heart will lead me on. I'm going home. This hard world etches lines on the faces of our lives and leaves us with sweet memories that burn hot as any fire. Ooh, fire. I see Amy chasing fireflies as they flitter all about her, and a pitcher of ice water sits on the kitchen counter, and the house set like a jewel in the terraced fields of grain. Yes, I'll find the road to get back home again. I'm going home. I'm going home. I don't know which direction I have gone. I only know my heart will lead me on. I'm going home. I'm going home. Lord knows I have been gone for far too long.
Thomas Wolfe was wrong, 'cause I'm going. Oh, I'm going home. That's Ernie Martinez over there, ladies and gentlemen, on the bass guitar. Dana Vernon over here on my right. The one and only Mary Huckins. Thank you so much. You've given me a wonderful heart tonight. Thank you so much. Thanks for being so kind to us. We hope to see you really soon. Come on out and see us. Come back here and see us too. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
John
Really
Chandler, everybody. John Chandler,
Thank
give
you
him
so
a
much.
hand. All right.
Good job, kid.